David scored in the top 5% of his university class. He reads 4 books a month. He can explain quantum mechanics at a dinner party. And at 44 years old, he has less than $8,000 in his investment account. Not because David is lazy, because David is too smart for his own financial good. And that trap, the one hiding inside intelligence itself, is costing brilliant people like David hundreds of thousands of dollars, while people half as clever build fortunes twice as large. If you want to master your money and build real wealth instead of working until you are 70, hit subscribe right now. We break down real financial secrets every single week. Now, let us talk about why being smart might be the thing keeping you poor. David sits at his desk on a Wednesday evening. His bookshelf behind him holds 112 books. Finance books, economics books, investment strategy books. He has read every single one. He can quote Warren Buffett. He can explain the efficient market hypothesis. He can walk you through the history of every major market crash since 1929. And yet, his colleague James, who reads nothing more demanding than football news, who has never attended a financial seminar in his life, who cannot explain what an index fund is without pausing, has a net worth 4 times larger than David's. David knows this because James mentioned his property portfolio at the office Christmas party last year. Casually, without performance. 4 properties, a pension, an investment account that has been quietly growing since James was 27. David went home from that party and did something he had not done in years. He sat in silence and asked himself a question he had been avoiding. If I am so smart, why is James so far ahead? The answer has a name. Psychologists call it paralysis by analysis. Financial behaviorists call it the intelligence trap. We call it the most expensive thing a smart person will ever own. Here is how it works. Intelligent people are extraordinary at processing information. They see risk where others see opportunity. They identify flaws where others see promise. They generate questions faster than the market generates answers. And because the information is never complete, because there is always one more variable to consider, one more scenario to model, one more risk to evaluate, the decision never gets made. The investment never happens. The account stays empty. And the brilliant mind that generated all that analysis sits in a chair surrounded by 112 books, watching a man who reads football news build a 4-property portfolio. David spent 7 years researching index fund investing before he made his first contribution. 7 years. In those 7 years, if David had invested just $300 a month into a basic S&P 500 index fund, at the historical average return of 10.7%, his account today would hold $31,200. He contributed nothing. His account holds $8,000. The $8,000 came from a single impulsive contribution he made after a seminar in 2019. The difference between David and where he should be is $23,000. Lost not to a bad investment. Lost to the research that replaced the investment. The intelligence trap does not look the same for every smart person. It comes in 5 distinct forms. And David, at various points in his financial life, has experienced every single one. David has read 112 books on finance. He is preparing to start. He has been preparing to start for 11 years. The research is not the preparation. The research has become the destination. David waits for the market to dip before he buys. When the market dips, he waits for it to stabilize before he buys. When it stabilizes, he waits for more clarity before he buys. There is no perfect entry point. There never was. The best entry point is always the same answer. Now, David's investment plan, when he finally wrote one, covered 14 pages. Asset allocation by sector. Geographic diversification across 37 countries. Rebalancing schedules by quarter. Tax optimization strategies across 4 different account types. James's investment plan covers 1 sentence. Index fund. Monthly. Do not touch. James is worth 4 times more. David can model 12 different market scenarios for any investment. Bull market, bear market, stagflation, deflation, currency risk, geopolitical exposure. By the time all 12 scenarios are modeled, the opportunity has moved. James does not model scenarios. James understands one scenario. Time in the market beats timing the market. Always. David has attended 22 financial seminars in the last decade. He has 3 online certifications in investment analysis. He is currently enrolled in a behavioral economics course. He is building the knowledge to start investing, instead of investing while he builds the knowledge. James has 0 certifications. James has 4 properties and a compounding portfolio. Let us run the numbers that David finally ran the night he came home from the Christmas party. James started investing at $27. $300 a month. S&P 500 index fund. David started investing at 38, one contribution, $8,000. James is now 44. 17 years of consistent investment. David is 44. 6 years of effectively nothing. James's portfolio at 44, $138,000. David's portfolio at 44, $8,000. Same age. Same salary bracket. Same city. Gap, $130,000. Not from James being smarter. From James being consistent. From James treating the investment like a bill that leaves his account on the first of every month. Before his intelligence has a chance to find a reason to delay it. David looked at that number for a very long time. $130,000. The cost of being smart about something. That rewards consistency over intelligence. Every single time. Quick question before we get into the solution. Right now, are you more like David or more like James? Are you in research mode, studying, planning, preparing? Or are you already in the market, consistently building? Drop your answer below, David or James. I reply to every single comment. And hit the like button right now if this video is hitting a little too close to home. Because what comes next is the part David needed someone to tell him 11 years ago. It is to redirect intelligence toward the right targets. Smart people apply their analytical power to investment decisions. The wealthiest people apply their analytical power to investment systems. The difference is everything. A decision requires intelligence every time you make it. A system requires intelligence once, to build it, and then runs automatically forever. David has spent 11 years making decisions. Or more accurately, failing to make decisions, because each decision required more analysis. James built a system at 27. One decision, one afternoon, one automatic transfer setup, and then the system made every subsequent decision for him. Contribution goes out on the first of every month. Market up, the contribution buys slightly fewer units. Market down, the contribution buys slightly more units. No analysis required. No emotional response required. No intelligence required after day 1. The system does not care about David's 12 market scenarios. It does not care about his 14-page investment plan. It contributes. It compounds. It grows. While David reads his 113th book. The mindset shift is this. Stop using your intelligence to make better decisions. Start using your intelligence to build better systems. Systems that remove you from the equation entirely. Because your brilliant, analytical, scenario-generating mind, are not an asset in the execution phase of investing. You are the single biggest risk. David spent the 3 days after the Christmas party building something he should have built at 27. Not a 14-page plan. A 3-rule system. The contribution leaves David's account on the first of every month. The same day his salary arrives. Before David sees it. Before David thinks about it. Before David has a chance to generate a reason to delay. $300. Index fund. Automatic. The automation is not a convenience. It is a protection mechanism. It protects David's investment from David's intelligence. Because David's intelligence, left unsupervised, will always find a compelling reason to wait 1 more month. Automation makes waiting impossible. The money is gone before the reason to delay can form. David set his investment time frame at 30 years. Not 5 years. Not 10. 30. Because a 30-year time frame makes every market event, every crash, every correction, every recession, irrelevant to the decision of whether to contribute this month. When the market dropped 30% in 2022, David's intelligence screamed at him to pause contributions. His system did not pause. His system does not have the ability to respond to screaming. It contributed in October, November, December, buying units at a 30% discount. Units that recovered in value within 14 months. David's intelligence would have missed that recovery. His system captured it entirely. David used to measure his investment success by returns, which is why the market volatility was emotionally unbearable. When returns were up, he felt vindicated. When returns were down, he questioned everything. Now David measures one metric only. Did the contribution go out this month? Yes, the system is working. No, fix the system. That is the only question. Returns are not in David's control. Contributions are. And consistent contributions, across 30 years, produce extraordinary returns, regardless of what the market does in any individual month or year. 3 days after the Christmas party, David built his system. Day 1, he opened a low-cost index fund account. S&P 500. Total World Fund alongside it. Split 60-40. Day 2, he set up an automatic transfer. $300. First of every month. Non-negotiable. Day 3, he deleted the investment news app from his phone. Not because the information is wrong. Because for David specifically, the information is dangerous. Every piece of market news gives David's intelligence something to work with. Something to analyze. Something to respond to. And David's intelligence, responding to market news, is a wealth destruction machine. So he removed the fuel. 90 days later, David has made 3 contributions. $900 invested. He has not checked the account once. He has not read a financial news headline in 90 days. He has read 2 more books. But this time, neither of them is about investing. Because David has decided something important. He does not need to know more about investing. He needs to know less. And let the system know everything else. David calls James 2 weeks after the Christmas party. He tells James what he discovered. What he built. James listens. And then James says something that David writes on a post-it note and sticks to his monitor. He says, David, the market does not reward the people who understand it best. It rewards the people who stay in it longest. Understanding is for academics. Staying is for wealth builders. David reads that post-it note every morning before he opens his laptop. Not because he needs reminding of the mathematics. Because he needs reminding of his own greatest financial enemy. The mind that built a system that does not need it. Here is the rule that David is now building his financial life around. One rule. Simple enough to explain to a 10-year-old. Powerful enough to build $1 million portfolio. Start before you are ready. Contribute before you feel confident. Stay in the market before you understand the market. Because understanding comes from being in it. Not from reading about it from the outside. David's 112 books taught him everything about investing. His 3 monthly contributions are teaching him what the books never could. That the market rewards presence over preparation. Every single time. Now that you understand why intelligence is keeping David poor, there is something even more dangerous you need to know about. Because while David was busy analyzing the market, inflation was quietly eating the money he did not invest. Every year. Without announcement. Without a single headline. At a rate that most people completely underestimate. Until the damage has already compounded for a decade. Watch this video next, because it shows you exactly how the top 1% legally protect their wealth from inflation, using strategies that are completely available to every person watching this channel, that almost nobody in your income bracket knows exists. The video is right here. Watch it now, because every month you wait to understand this is another month inflation is winning the argument.